Hey guys, it's Kate from Team Lifelong Fitness. I wanted to come on with you guys tonight to tell you a little bit about personal wellness mixed with night shift. So I don't know if you guys are out there who work night shift, but if you are, please hop on. Would love to kind of hear your questions, concerns, your input as well. Try to give some tips wherever you feel you want to and hop in whenever you want. So how do I survive night shift as a PA and still maintain a healthy lifestyle? Because as you can imagine, flipping back and forth between day and night can be very difficult. So what I do in the critical care world is I usually, when I work night shift, it's usually about a third of our shifts. We do flip between days, nights, weekends, holidays, the whole 9 yards. We usually do like a 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So how do I adjust from leading up to that stretch of night shifts, and then how do I recover from that? So I just got done my stretch of 3 in a row, and now I'm trying to become a human again. So this is kind of how I work it, and again, feel free to jump on and let me know your tips if you have them, fellow night shift workers. And it doesn't have to be healthcare. If you work as a police officer or you just work night shift in security or whatever it may be, please feel free to add whatever you may. So before I go in for my stretch of nights, I make sure that I either sleep in as late as I can, and I'll actually kind of start the process of staying up late the night before and then sleeping in. Or I'll make sure if I can't sleep in for whatever reason, there's a doctor's appointment or there's something else, then I will usually make sure that I take a nap sometime in the day. So I really am very strict about planning out my day so that I'm making sure that I'm actually being productive and using those little blocks of time, but still making sure that I'm taking care of my rest and well-being. So I'll try to get as much stuff that I can get done. I usually try to focus on just 3 to 5 needle moving priorities. So whether that be running to the bank, making sure we have enough funds, making sure bills are paid before I leave for work, just kind of like regular housekeeping things. There's other stuff that I put off, or I'll delegate to my husband or ask my parents to do or ask his parents to do. Always know your resources, but that's what I'll try to do leading up to going in for my shift. So then, how do I meal prep? So I'll try to meal prep kind of leading up to those stretch of shifts, and I will usually do like a crock pot meal, something really easy to throw together. I feel like stuffed peppers is a really easy staple, and I can certainly share those recipes with you guys. But we always make sure that we have a few meals stocked up so I'm not in between cycles trying to figure out what the heck to cook every day. So when you're packing for night shift, make sure that you're packing like dense but low fat type of foods that aren't necessarily comfort foods but can kind of keep you going and energized through the night. So that's going to be definitely, you don't want to miss your protein. And some of my staples, so I'm not tempted on night shift, are going to be like vegetables and hummus or like a low fat ranch dip, maybe like a handful of nuts or trail mix. Yogurt is a great choice, or light soups. I try to stay away from the processed soup, so it's usually something that I've made beforehand, or maybe like a chili or something like that. But again, like those processed meals, like a Smart Ones, I'm not knocking on any specific brand, but those easy type of meals that are so, like I said, easy to just grab, but they're not really of high nutritional content, I would definitely stay away from those, because you're going to feel so dehydrated and you're going to ultimately be more sluggish and fatigued. So I definitely try to always pack your own food. That's one of the most important things you can do on night shift, because the temptation when you're on night shift is you're with all your friends. Hopefully you work with your friends, and you're like, okay, what are we going to order tonight? And what can you order at like 2 in the morning except for maybe Chinese, pizza? It's usually going to be something really bad for you, or you're making like a run to the vending machine. So if you fail to prepare, then you can prepare to fail. So definitely make sure you're packing your own food. What you can do is, again, if you work with your friends or you're really close with your colleagues, you can certainly like throw a party at work. Now, obviously, there's certain restrictions in patient care areas that we have to be aware of, but Where I work, there's like a little kitchenette area, so we'll actually plan a party, but we'll make it a healthy party. So someone will make like a clean buffalo chicken dip for the night shift and make a chili, like I said, or a stew or something like that that we can all share. Someone will bring like fresh grown tomatoes. Somebody made like homegrown pickles the one day. So we just all kind of like throw it in a pot together and then share and try to keep each other accountable and healthy. So a lot of people who I work with currently are on our fitness team. So we will try to make sure that we're keeping each other healthy and not giving into those late night cravings of pizza, wings, a vending machine crap, like whatever, ice cream, like whatever's there. It's so easy to kind of get sidetracked and be like, oh, it's just night shift, like it doesn't count or it doesn't matter, but it counts. And honestly, when you're not sleeping well, it's going to even have a higher effect on you. So that's another tip, is definitely make sure you're bringing your own food and try to collaborate with the people that you're working with to see if they can actually, help keep you accountable. So on my way to work, not only am I bringing my home packed meal or something to share with the group, but then I'm also bringing my Shakeology in. So it doesn't matter if you're drinking Shakeology or another type of shake, but for me, that's something that definitely keeps me fuller longer, high in protein, has a lot of antioxidants, vitamins, and things that I know for sure I'm lacking when I'm up and down on my shifts. So I'll usually bring that in as well as a coffee on the way in, so I already know I'm starting out my day right. And I usually make sure that I do a workout prior to going in for night shift. So got my workout in, got my meal prep, got my shake, got my coffee. I'm usually set at that point. So now, how do you survive during the night shift? How do you stay awake for those next 12 hours? So you're all prepared, but what do you do for the 12 hours, or if you're on call for a prolonged period of time? I definitely try to stay active and busy and standing. The worst thing you can do is kind of get into a cycle where you're just sitting around doing nothing. That's obviously going to be counterproductive. So then when that pager or phone goes off or code blue goes off, you want to be prepared and mentally ready and not feeling fatigued when that happens. So what I usually do, again, I'm going to stay busy. I'll visit some of the other units, make sure everybody's kind of tucked in and doing okay, check in with some of the other nursing units, and just make sure there's no other issues I should know about. And again, it's just keeping me moving. I'll take the stairs no matter what, if I can, and that's just another way that you can kind of keep yourself busy, and then all of a sudden a few hours go by, and you're definitely always giving yourself something to do. As far as coffee and caffeine, so I used to be a total caffeine addict. I'm not even going to lie. It was like I would have like a huge travel mug that I would come in with, and then it would be like throughout the whole evening, it would be like another one, and then let's drink an energy drink and a Monster, and let's drink like a 5-hour energy. Those are so bad for you. Or whatever I could get my hands on that was caffeinated, I was drinking it. However, since I started Shakeology, started working out more regularly, and again, this isn't just about like Shakeology or something like that, but since I really started taking care of myself, I realized that all of those added chemicals are so bad for you. So my rule with coffee is usually, and same thing for day shift, I will not have coffee. If I'm on day shift, I won't have coffee after like 3 p.m. And same thing for night shift, I won't have coffee after 3 a.m. because again, we have to sleep after our whole night shift. So I try to stick to the 3 o'clock rule. So, and even before that, I'll kind of try to limit it. So like I said, I come in for night shift with my coffee, my Shakeology, and then usually that's good. Or I'll have like a green tea or something after that if I really, really need it. But try to reach for water before you reach for coffee. So oftentimes your body's saying that you're tired, you're fatigued. It could be a sign that you're actually dehydrated and not under caffeinated. So we always joke around in the ICU like hypocaffeinemia is a bad thing, but really you might be dehydrated, or you might just need a snack or something like that to keep you going. You don't necessarily need to be guzzling coffee. So that's something that I've learned in the past year that was really helpful. All right, so you got through your shift. It's now 6 a.m. Now it's time to go home, or maybe you're in between night shifts. So I definitely would recommend do not try to stay up all day and fight it and say sleep is for the weak, because that can absolutely have detrimental effects on your health. I remember as a student, I was up on call for maybe like a 24 or 48-hour period, and I thought I could totally muscle through it, and I actually ended up passing out. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I actually ended up passing out, having to go to the ER, all this nonsense, having to see the doctor just because I wasn't taking care of myself. Luckily, nothing was wrong, and I'm healthy and everything like that, but again, your body can only handle so much. Even if you're strong and fit and healthy and athletic, you still have to take care of yourself. So do not try to stay up. That's definitely a hazard to your health. So also don't drive sleepy. If you're really struggling, like try to sleep in your car or see if there's a call room you can sleep in or an empty patient room or something that the hospital has available for you. Definitely don't drive sleepy. My commute's about like 45 minutes, and that's a long time. That's actually worse than someone drunk driving, honestly, if you're driving sleepy. You can say like, okay, keep the windows down, blast the music, you'll be fine, like put the air on, but in reality, that's just as dangerous. So what I try to do is sometimes I'll stay at my parents'. My parents live like 5-10 minutes from the hospitals that I work at currently. So I'll stay with them, like no shame. I'll just crash at their place or crash at a friend's place. So do not drive tired. And then, of course, if you do get home and you have children, don't skimp on the babysitter part or like having your parents or another sitter or somebody watch your children, because you think, oh, like they'll be fine, I'll just sleep, and one thing leads to another. Mommy, can you help me? So that's something that actually my mom gave me a lot of these tips when I was first starting out, that don't skimp on that part if you do have young children who are at home with you. Daycare or a sitter or something like that's going to be important. Dark blinds are a great invention. Whoever invented that, that's awesome. So the light filtering blinds. You also want to think about maybe a face mask, earplugs, whatever works for you. And then one of the most important things, especially for me, disconnect from social media, from your phone. Turn it on, do not disturb mode, turn it off if you can, use a different alarm clock, because it's so easy to get distracted. That one phone call can ruin your entire sleep cycle. Or like you get stuck in a group text or something and your phone's buzzing all day because everyone else is on day shift. So definitely disconnect from technology. And then after your sleep, I usually try to definitely get 7 to 8 hours if possible. And then I'll usually get up, exercise, and try to get into a normal routine again. Start all over from the beginning. All right, so now you got through your stretch of night shifts. How do you return to normal again? Because there are some days where I just feel like I am like an alien after night shift. Like I just can't get out of this fog. So what I do is I try to flip right away. So usually after night shift, after my stretch, so it's time to get back to being a human again, I will just take a smaller nap, like just a few hours, and wake up and just drink my coffee and kind of try to snap out of it and try to get into a routine again. And I will usually like try to stay active that day, try to stay busy, and that might be like cleaning or running my errands again, just trying to get into a routine, definitely getting a workout in, maybe going on a hike with my husband and my dog, and just trying to like get back to being normal. And then I'll try to go to bed at a normal time, meaning like not like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., because again, that's just going to kind of screw you up further, but I'm talking like maybe like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever works for you. So those are my tips for night shift. So again, before work, making sure you're prepared. During, making sure you're staying active and busy and watching your caffeine intake, making sure you're hydrated and you're fueled. And then afterwards, making sure you're getting a really good sleep and trying to get back into a normal routine. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them below. I'm happy to discuss it with you guys further. And again, if you have any better tips for me, I am more than open and willing to hear them. One thing I wanted to tell you about before I let you all go tonight is actually in October, I'm going to be working on not only just a personal wellness and mindfulness journey, but there's a lot of interest from our team on Team Lifelong about kind of this, not just getting physically fit or healthy or losing weight, but kind of all coming together to just like an overall mind, body, spirit wellness journey. So Beachbody came out with a 3-week yoga retreat. It's on Beachbody On Demand. You can get it through us, but I'm actually going to do this the full 3 weeks. I've never done straight yoga. I've always been running, right now I'm doing Insanity or 21 Day Fix, whatever it is, something like very intense. And this is the first time that I can actually like take a step back, learn the basics of yoga, and really start focusing on slowing down. I think we're just in such this fast-paced world that sometimes we forget about some of the things that really matter and taking care of ourselves. So for 3 weeks straight in October, and I will let you know the exact dates, we're going to do a 3-week yoga retreat. We'll still run our regular 3-week challenges, multi-group challenges, but something special, if you guys are interested, is you can join our 3-week yoga retreat where we'll really focus on kind of mind, body, spirit, mindfulness, wellness, taking care of the whole person as opposed to just like a weight loss goal or you want to fit in a dress or whatever. So just wanted to remind you of that. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I love you guys. You rock. I hope to hear from you soon. Don't forget to comment, like, share, whatever it may be. And you can always find us at teamlifelongfitness.com. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.